All right. Well, everybody who's on, thank you very much for your time. I know this is a rough time for you. For those who don't know me, my name is Tyrone Griffin. I'll give you the 30-second introduction. Um, I've been affiliated and working with Rumsey for about 10 years. When I was in transition back in 2010 to 11, I started out coming in just like everybody else, coming to the table, sitting and listening to the inspirational messages. And then from there, I became a table leader. I landed a job and have had 2 jobs since then, but I've come back because I want to give back because plain simple, I know what it's like. I know what that feeling is. And I always tell everybody transition sucks. For those of you who don't know, I have a podcast. It's still out there called Bunny Slippers Are Evil, Job Seekers Call-In Show. Go to bunnyslippersareevil.com. It's all free. Get it wherever you get it. It should still be available on a lot of platforms, but I did it for 7 years. But it's all about transition, dealing with transition and just how to deal with it. There's some things on job search as well, but more so it's about transition, because transition is truly the hardest part of the mental aspects of it are the hardest part of dealing with it. Looking for a job is one thing, but dealing with transition is another. So anyway, podcast is out there. So, and some of you also now have to wear glasses a little bit to see my notes. But I got 3 Bible verses for you I want to start off with. The first one is Galatians 6:9, and it says, "Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in good season we will reap if we do not give up." The second one is James, the 1st chapter, 2nd to the 4th verses. It says, "Count all your joys, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. You know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness, and let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing." And then the last one is 2 Timothy, 2nd chapter, 12th verse, is, "If we endure, we will also reign with him. If we deny him, he will also deny us." Well, everybody, again, thank you for your time. What I want to talk to you about today is what I always try to talk to people about, is how to deal with transition. And on top of transition, now we have a global pandemic that we're dealing with. So you know how your parents had those stories of I had to walk to school uphill 5 miles each way in the snow. You're going to have great stories to tell your children and your grandchildren about transition. But the big message I want to let you know is, first of all, is don't give up. It will get better. Okay, you will get that next opportunity. Okay, it will come. You just have to stick in there. But while you're in this craziness that we're calling lockdown, being at home, growing beards, growing hair on top of your head. The Bible verses, yeah. I'll say them again at the end, just to be sure to give you what they were. But thank you for that question. But the thing is, while you're in this transition and dealing with transition in the normal time is bad, but dealing with transition, we're on quarantine. Half the country's on quarantine, and people don't want to go out, and nobody wants to interview people. Makes it harder, because now you're isolated. The great thing about Rumsey and so many other locations, other job networking events, was that you got to be around people, and you don't realize how important that is until you're not around people anymore. Okay, until you're stuck in the house. And nothing against your loved ones, but when you're stuck in the house with them all day, particularly if you have a kid in college or high school or whatever, or a teenager, yeah, that's fun. But being stuck with those people in the house all day, it can drive you a little crazy. So the things you have to do, and I got 4 things I want to talk to you about doing to take care of yourself during transition, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody. And the things is not just taking care of yourself, but things you should do to keep your transition, keep the process going, so that you're just not sitting there waiting. The first one is stay positive. Stay positive. I know it's hard out here, because some of you may have come down with COVID, or you loved ones or friends have come down with it and had to deal with that. But you got to stay positive. Your mental health is your most important thing. Again, every generation has its challenges, but you have to stay positive. And I know that sounds hard, but you have to do it. Think good thoughts. Focus on the things you need to do. The other things I'm going to tell you about are things that will hopefully help you Stay positive. So first thing, above all else, is to stay positive. Think good thoughts. Same things you would do with when you were working. You know how you didn't go around negative people, because negative people bring everybody down. Same thing with transition. Don't go around negative people. You're in a situation that is already negative enough. This is when you find out who your friends are. This is when you find out those people who got your back, because there's nothing worse than somebody going, oh man, that sucks for you. Well, good luck. See you later. And this is like your closest friend. And now you have nobody to talk to. Talk to each other. What you're going through, you are not alone. Trust me on that. You are not alone in what you are going through. There are people all over the world, particularly, and if you're in Atlanta, all over Atlanta, that are going through the exact same things. Reach out to them. Yeah, you can't meet, or if you want to meet, you can have social distancing meets. I actually did that once with some people. We met in the parking lot. Everybody kind of stayed at the car and stayed away from each other, but we all met and socially distanced each other, but we talked. We stood in that parking lot for about 2 or 3 hours and just talked. Okay, you can do that. We have the, the $6 million man, I know I'm dating myself, used to say, we have the technology. We can rebuild him. But anyway, but you got to stay positive. Get out and be with people who are, going through this same thing, because you need to lift each other up. That community immunity they talk about with with COVID, it works in transition as well. Okay, you get around people who are saying, you know what, this is bad, but we're going to get through it, and you lift each other up, and it's amazing what you can do. It's like those demos where you see everybody lays back on somebody else's knees, and then they do it in a circle, and everybody is lifting everybody else up, but there's nothing holding everybody up. Everybody is holding each other up. So that's first thing, is stay positive, reach out to people. Exercise. Let me say it one more time. Exercise. You don't have to go down to the track and run wind sprints. Go for a walk. The phone is. While I was sorry, let me shut this off. While I was in this quarantine, what I've started doing is I walk 2 miles every morning. And then on the weekends, I walk, and I'm not exaggerating, between 7 and 9 miles a day. I don't just go out and walk in a circle. I pick a spot and I say, I'm walking to that spot and back. I'm walking to that spot and back. And then one day I measured it. It was like 9 miles. Get on the phone, talk to people, run my mouth, shoot the breeze, whatever. But exercise. If you can't go to the gym for whatever reason, get out and walk. Walking is free. Well, except for wearing out your sneakers. But get out and walk. If you can't walk 5 miles, fine. Walk 1 mile. Build yourself up, but get out. That is one of the things, because when you're in the house all day, the transition, it closes in on you if you're in the house all day. So get out of the house, go walk around your block. Start with just a walk around the block every day. Okay. And then the next week, do 2 blocks or 3 blocks, or just ease into it. But every day, get out of the house. Even if it's raining, we got umbrellas. I mean, come on, it's been 90 degrees down here now. I go out at 7 in the morning. I go for my walks, okay? And I walk. And it's great exercise, number one. It is awesome exercise. I'm not going to tell you guys how much weight I've lost, but I've lost a lot. But just walking. But you got to be consistent. You have to do it every day. You can't go for a walk once a week and think it's going to help you. But it's not just the physical aspect of walking. It's getting out of the house. It's clearing your mind. You'd be surprised, some of the greatest ideas in the world of things you want to do will come while you're just walking around. Okay, so that's it. Take your mask with you, social distance. You don't got to walk with anybody. If you got a pet, you can walk the pet. But get out of the house and do something, okay? Get some exercise in. If you can go to the gym, go to the gym. Wear your mask and socially distance, but do it, okay? Next thing, wow, time flies. Work on your network. Yeah, you're sitting at home all day long. Work on your network. Again, remember what I said earlier about stay positive? Reach out to people who are in this transition. Reach out to them. Reach out to people, because remember, the people who used to be in the offices all day that you were always trying to meet, guess where they are now? They're sitting home. reach out to them, build your network, communicate with people. Your network, believe it or not, is, in my opinion, is the most valuable part of your job search toolbox, is your network. Okay. How many people have heard of people getting jobs because somebody told them about an opportunity and they went and had a conversation with somebody? That's your network working for you. Okay. So take this time to build your network. This is the new normal, as Dr. Fauci said, until maybe late 2021. So get used to it. Last thing is work on your skills. Certifications are awesome. Certifications, being able to say, well, I'm certified and this or that, whatever. But there's also, the internet is such that you can learn anything you want for free on the internet. You can literally learn anything you want. Okay, between YouTube and just regular internet pages, you can learn anything you want. So certifications are great, but if you can build the skill and demonstrate doing it, do something in SAS or some other coding language, and just be able to make that a part of your LinkedIn profile and say, hey, I'm proficient in this. Let's say you have a certification. No, but here's something I did in it. So I self-taught myself. I went and found the resources and I learned. You're trying to check off as many boxes as you can. That's the intent, okay? So take this time to go learn things, okay? Get out on YouTube or whatever and learn something, okay? Again, certifications are great, but if you have demonstrable skills, that's great also. You should become an expert in Zoom and Skype, because that's where a lot of interviews are being done. You're home all day. Have Zoom meetings with people, you know. If you got a Zoom ID, I don't know if they do that, but put that on your resume. People, as I always say, if somebody's trying to help you, make it easy for them to help you. Make it easy for people to communicate with you. Okay, make it easy for people to help you. So those were my four things. Again, it was stay positive, exercise. That's for your mental and your physical. Oh yeah, and exercise. Start eating healthy. Don't sit around the house eating potato chips. You know who you are. Don't do it. Okay. Stay healthy. Get healthy. Take this opportunity. When we come out of this quarantine, come out looking better than you went in. Don't come out looking like you've been living in the house for 6 months. Come out looking better and feeling better about yourself. Okay. Take this time to get into yourself. Next one was work on your skills and work on your network. Those 4 things. Stay positive, exercise, work on your network, and work on your skills. Okay, this is a rare time for us. Look at this as an opportunity. This quarantine is an opportunity for us to work on ourselves. Okay, we're saving a ton of money in gas. Okay, everybody complains about Atlanta traffic. Well, you ain't got to worry about it right now. We're home. Okay, so use this time as effectively as you can. Let me just say again, the 3 Bible verses were Galatians 6:9, James 1st chapter 2nd to the 4th verse, and 2 Timothy 2nd chapter 12th verse. Again, it was Galatians 6th chapter 9th verse, James 1st chapter 2nd to 4th verse, and 2 Timothy 2nd chapter 12th verse. Everybody, I thank you. I'm running up against my time. See, Roger Elam is waving. I thought he just waved. Okay. Again, my website, it's still up, bunnyslippersareevil.com. You can reach me through that website as well. I haven't done the podcast. I did it for 7 years and I ran out of stuff to talk about. But the website is still up and the podcast is still in Apple, iTunes and places like that. But as always, I thank you for the opportunity. I say a prayer for all of you that things will, that you will be able to endure this race that the Lord has put in front of you. Okay. Stay sharp, stay focused, stay positive. Okay. It will get better. Trust me on that.